Hello and welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be talking about a feature of Final Cut Pro that doesn't seem to get talked about very often. It's a feature called Auditions. Now if you're an editor, and I've seen a lot of editors do this in a timeline, and they want to sort of keep their options live in the timeline, they'll just have alternate shots stacked on top of each other like I've got here, with the ones they don't want either at the bottom or just turned off, and I'm just pressing the V key here to turn these off as I want to use them. So if I wanted the bottom one, I press V and turn off the top two. There is another way of arranging media in your project in Final Cut Pro, and it's called an audition, and I'm going to show you how they are used. So there are lots of different ways to create an audition. The simplest way is to take a shot, and let's say I'm just going to choose a bit of this one, which is the 01 shot, and I'm going to go to 02, and I'm going to pick an alternative view of that. If I click on both of them, select both of them, I then go to Clip, and I go to Audition, and I go to Create, and that has created an audition. Now for now the audition is in the browser, and you can see it's here, this little spotlight icon. That's what denotes it as an audition. So if I go to another project I have that's called my audition test, go here, and then I've actually created a smart collection for auditions, and as you can see, that one I just created is popped up in there. So I'm just going to insert that into there, and I'm going to go back to my footage here, landscape, okay, there we go. So now I've got my audition in my timeline. So if I click on this little spotlight, you'll see the audition window come up, and I can just click on either one of these two shots and it switches to the other shot in the timeline. So that's pretty cool, and I can also do this with the keyboards if I want to do, if I press Option and Control and press the arrow keys left and right, you can see it's switching from 01 to 02, you can do that. And so that's a really good way of switching shots really quickly and just trying them all out for whatever works in your edit. So what else can we do? Well, we can add shots to the audition. So if I click on this one that says 06 and I just drag it and hold it over the top, once I get this sort of ghost effect on the shot, I can release the mouse, and then I get these options here. So I can replace and add to audition, or I can add to audition. So if I choose replace and add to audition, that shot will go into the audition and become the live shot in the project. Or I can just add it to the audition, and the shot will stay as 02, and the 06 shot will just be available to see. So for this instance, I'm going to replace and add to audition. So there we go. There we can see that 06 is now in there, but again, if I press Control Option and use my arrow keys, I can go back to 2, back to 1, back to 2, and back to 6. And again, if I wanted to, I can double click, or I can do it manually and click through this way. So that's pretty useful. So if you want to open the audition, you can just press the letter Y and that opens it, or you can open it there and click Done. If you've chosen your shot, you can finalize the audition, and usually do this before you create an XML or something like that. And if I want to finalize it, I just press Shift Option Y, and there we are. The audition's gone away, and I'm left with shot 02, which was the last one I had highlighted. Let me just undo that, and I got my audition back. So what else can you do? So if I open the audition, you can see there's this duplicate button. So what I can do, if I hit duplicate, it's going to create another 02 in there, you can see, and it's switched to that. So if I switch through, I can go to 6, the original 2 and 1, and go back. And say if I wanted to try an effect on that, or if I've got some of my presets here. I wanted to put the bulge effect on that one. And then if I go to the others, there, it's not there. So I can preview an effect. I'm going to undo that again. So as you can see, this shot is D-log M, and if I wanted to add my lock conversion to that on a duplicate, I can drag the effect and then press the Control key and place the effect onto the shot, and you can now see this shot in the audition has the D-log M suffix on it. And if I double click that, you can see that has created a duplicate, and it's got the effect on it. There's the original one, which doesn't have the LUT conversion, and now this one has created a duplicate with it on. So you can try that if you want to. So if I just undo that, the creation of that one. So if I want to, I can apply that D-Log-M effect to all the clips, and all I have to do is click, drag the effect, and before I drop it on, I press Option, Control, drop it on, and that will now have the LUT conversion applied to all the shots. So you can do that as well. And the other thing you can do if you want to is you can click on the audition and press Shift Command G, and that will break apart the clip. The audition will be gone and you'll be left with all of your clips in your project. Let me undo that. I'll get my audition back. So that's just a few little tricks I use with auditions. It's extremely useful when you're editing, say, a TV commercial and you've got several takes of a particular line. It's brilliant for that. Or you've got different establishing shots, different library shots that you may want to use at the beginning of a piece or something like that. It also works with audio. You can audition different voiceover takes, or you can have different music tracks in an audition. So as I said, it's an unheralded feature. I don't know how many people actually use it, but I use it all the time and I find it very useful. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. Follow me on social media, and also see in the description for a link to buy me a coffee, but preferably tea, 2 sugars. Thank you.